Here we are again, episode 3 of how to build a boomerang factory. And it's an absolutely beautiful day here in Cornwall. This is Cornish sunshine. This is days like this we absolutely live for. Yeah, real t-shirt and shorts weather. Right, let's go and have a look at what we've been doing this week. So, what I've been doing this morning, me and Dan have spent the past day or so shaping and profiling a whole bunch of boomerangs. And these are now getting paint. So using an airbrush, we put a coat of primer on, and then 3 coats of, oh, they're on to me. No, they've gone. 3 coats of yellow paint, so they're just really yellow by the time we finished. And what's going to happen to them next is we put the screen print the sort of racing stripes onto the front and the logo, and then screen print the repeated logo on the back. In a minute, we'll go upstairs and I'll show you a little bit about how the screen printing process works. So over here, we've also been making, we've got some sky surfers going through, and another set of sky surfers. This is how it starts out, really. We cut these veneers out of our blocks of hardwood, so we start off with a big block of wood like this guy here. I mean, that's like half a tree's worth, really, of sapelli, beautiful sort of mahogany type wood. And then we steam them in the steam box, and we put them in the hydraulic press overnight so that the wood takes on this steam bent shape. And then from there, what we'll do is, if I move my full fat Coke out of the way, we're on here and we use a gluing roller to laminate these all up, get all the glue in between them, and then they go back into the hydraulic press, squeezed into final shape, and they'll sit overnight, bring it out, and from this block, we can cut out about 5 or 6 Sky Surfer blanks. So here's some that are going through now. Now, the difference between these two, this is quite interesting, get this off the light. So this one has had the first stage of finishing done to it, so that's where we rub a wood oil into it. It's like tung oil, linseed oil. It's a bit of a mix of various different, all natural wood oils. This one is just left sanding, so he's yet to be oiled. And you can see that as we start adding the oils in and the varnishes and things, we really start to bring out the beauty of all these lovely hardwoods that we use. And I don't know if you can see it on the video there, but this is utility, this strip here, and it's got an almost coppery sort of iridescent look to it. It really is a beautiful wood. But you don't see it before it's been oiled. It's the oiling and the varnishing that really brings out all the luster in the woods. So he's at stage 1, which is oil, and after that it's a case of sanding back, varnish, sand back, varnish, sand back, varnish. Put the decal on. There's so much work on these sky surfers, but it's great fun to do. And again, this is on our leveling table, so when they come out, we've cut them out, we go around using our step wedge and just make sure that these things are in tolerance and good and flat, because we want them flat, because that's how they work best. I'll just quickly show you in the boomerang shed, which showed you last time, but it wasn't actually up and running. But we've been in here sawing wood. We've been squeezing wood. We've got a whole pile of like a sort of Christmas tree of boomerang blanks here. So these literally come off here, into the router, onto the linisher, onto the final shaping area back here. We've been really pleased because it's working like a charm. The extraction all seems to be working as well. We're not dying of. I mean, we use masks in here as well. You don't want to just trust solely to your extraction. But we are keeping on top of the dust, and that's one of the big fights in any sort of woodwork, particularly boomerangs, where pretty much everything you're doing is a sanding process. So it seems to be working, and it's been a really, really fun week. Anyway, I'll show you very quickly what happens with the screen printing upstairs. So we'll grab a boomerang. Let's go have a look. So this is like the captain's bridge up here. A whole bunch of stuff to do with screen stretching. As screen printers, we're pretty self-reliant. We stretch our own screens. Yeah, everything's very in-house in here. We've spent 30 years getting to know what we need from screen print process and getting it to work most of the time. So over here, what we do, this is a hand bench. These things are used for sort of manually printing posters, stickers, all sorts of stuff. We've got an automatic screen printing machine downstairs, which we run all the stickers on. But sometimes you can't beat a hand bench, certain types of job, you just want to be doing it by hand. The boomerangs are just such a job. So they will sit in here, and this has got like a vacuum bed. You've got all these holes, and it'll suck the boomerang down onto the bed so it doesn't move. And then, this is the screen for the backs of the boomerangs. So this is the sort of repeated logo for the backs. And what you do, that gets clamped into the press like that. You line it up with your boomerang, and then this is why really the boomerangs, you couldn't really do it by machine. The boomerang, the shape of the boomerang on top, the profile is really quite complex. It kind of moves around and curves around all over the place. You have not got a flat surface to print on. So there's a fair bit of skill. When you squeeze you across it, you've got to be getting in and out of those curves and dips and things in the profile of the boomerang to get it to print right. And it really, that's a hand skilled job. Years ago, we used to print a lot of skateboards for, various sort of UK skateboard. I'm an aging skateboarder myself, and so we used to get very involved in a lot of skateboard printing and things. And I don't know. I think a skateboard deck is probably the toughest challenge for screen printing that certainly that I've ever come across. I mean, I can remember, crying bucket loads of tears over the things going back 20, 25 years ago. But it teaches you an awful lot about how to get the screen print process to adapt to odd shapes, something like a boomerang. So now that we're doing boomerangs, it's like, we're kind of drawing on all that old knowledge from years ago printing skateboards. So in the next video, we'll actually do a video of some of the screen printing. We've got a few surprises coming up as well. We've been sort of just busy trying to get stock together. There's a few other things coming up. And so episode 4 is going to be really interesting. And if the weather actually cheers up eventually, we'll get out in the field and throw some of these around so you can see them flying. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.